Hey guys, Filmington here. Wanted to show off a very cool Mailday as well as a recent big sale I made this week. So I'm going to go over the Mailday first. First one is this guy. So this is a 93 Stadium Club Murphy, Derek Jeter. Very beautiful card, very nice rookie card of him. This is a BGS 9.5. Got the True Gem with the 10 centering, which is always good with Beckett. I first went to try to purchase a PSA 10, but it looks like those are going for $600 now. If I had purchased one a couple months ago, I could have gotten one for $400, but, you know, early bird gets the worm, and I missed out on that. Frankly, it's a little hard to tell right now how much more these Jeters will appreciate. All of his rookie cards, the tops, the score, the upper deck, of course the SP, have seen tremendous growth over the last few months. Specifically the SP Jeter, if you look at the PSA 8s, those were selling for in the low 300s just over 2 months ago, and now they are selling for about 800. So that's more than double growth, which is just ridiculous. And this card actually has a lower population than the SP. Now, that doesn't mean that the SP is the worst investment of the two, because if you look at PSA population, the chances of getting a 10 on the SP are well under 1%. So I think only 22 PSA 10s exist, and there have been 14,000 plus cards submitted. So if you break that down, that's well under a 1% chance. And also with the 9s, there's only a 4% chance or so. I think there's only about 200 PSA 9s. So most likely you're going to get a 7, an 8, or maybe even a 6. And but yeah, I'm really happy with this one. Again, it's got a lower total population than SP. I'm not sure what the total print run is. Me getting the 9.5 saved me about $200, which is really nice. And of course, I got that True Gem grade. So I think I paid about $400 or $410 for this one. And this is another example of a card that I could have purchased for cheaper 2 months ago. But, I mean, you got to think this is one of the greatest Yankee players of all time, one of the greatest players of all time. So he's in that market, and he still has multiple months to proceed before he gets enshrined in the Hall of Fame. So I'm thinking that this can't really go down much. And a lot of people are discovering this card for the first time, and you know, maybe they had focused on the SPs and the top score and the kind of lower or more popular rookie cards of his. Next card I picked up is this. This is beautiful. This is a 2017 Topps Heritage Real One autograph, red ink, numbered to 68. Very beautiful card of Mr. Andrew Bennett. Of course, it's a BGS 10 pristine, and it looks gorgeous underneath here. And I've been watching this card for a few months now, and I think he had it listed at about 2,000, and then 2,000 buy it now or best offer, and then he dropped it to 1,500, and I was able to get it for under 800. Would have been nicer if I was able to time it with one of those eBay Bucks promotions, but that didn't work out for me. But that's okay. This guy's a dark horse to win the American League MVP. Still just 24 years old. He showed a lot of promise in the first half of last year. And, I mean, right now the Red Sox are struggling. They've only won 2 out of their 10 games, I believe. But this offense won't stay down for long. And he should get a lot of good pitches to hit out of that leadoff spot if he stays there. So I think this could be a very good long-term investment. Probably the most I've ever spent on an autograph that wasn't Bowman Chrome. So I like these Heritage cards though. And the last card I picked up in the Mailday was a BGS 10 pristine Nick Senzel first year autograph. Right now Eloy Jimenez, Peter Alonso, they're getting a lot of the buzz, and deservedly so probably, although Eloy's struggling a little bit and Alonso is just tearing it up. But this guy should be called up, I'm thinking, within the next few weeks, unless I think he might be recovering from an injury. He tends to get injured a lot, but I think the future is bright for this guy. He's got a great hit tool, great plate discipline. I think his skills definitely translate to being a above average hitter. And actually, and if you've seen some of my other videos, you know I already have one of these cards. So it adds to my Nick Senzel collection of BGS 10 pristine green autographs. I didn't need this card. I just wasn't willing to let it go for the price that I was able to get it at. So, you know, one of those things where I just put a bid to make sure that nobody could get it for under a certain price, because if this goes for less than what I pay for this, you know, it doesn't bode well for my chances of selling this and making a profit. So I think they were both very undervalued, especially if you compare them to the base autographs in like a BGS 9.5 or a PSA 10. The green multiplier is usually around 3. Some people think it's 4, but usually it's closer to 3. And of course, the BGS 10 pristine makes it almost double, not quite double, and almost double what a PSA 10 would go for. So based on that math, you know, I think 540 or 550, which is what I paid for each of these, is a very, very good value. I've certainly gotten offers at shows for more than that, and I was not willing to take that because I think I have a chance of making a really nice return on this. All right, so everybody in the hobby's told me to stay away from pitchers for the most part, but sometimes I just can't resist. So last year, right after the knee injury that took him out for about 6 weeks, I pounced on this card via auction, still paid quite a bit for it. And it was a move that I sort of regretted to make, and I've had it listed on eBay for the last 6 months or so, and I'm just trying to recoup my money. So in order for me to get my money back, I need to sell this at around $11.50. After fees, that'll give me about $1,000, which is what I paid. Now, ever since, or prior to last night, nobody had offered me more than $800 or $850. And all of a sudden, he's in the middle of a no-hit bid. Probably wasn't even his most impressive performance of the year. He was going up against a terrible, terrible offense. He was incredibly inefficient. He had 117 pitches through 7, and he had about 6 walks, I think, which is really bad. Anytime he walks more than 2 batters per game, I'm sure he's very disappointed with himself. So wasn't even his best performance, but you know, people see like the possible no-hit bid. So I start getting all of these inquiries, all of these offers, multiple of 1,000 and above, and the eBay app can be kind of quirky sometimes. So my plan after I got all of this, you know, increased demand in Bauer, my plan was actually to jack up the price a little bit on it. You know, it wouldn't be a fixed price listing, so just to give the appearance that I wanted to sell it for more. And the eBay app wouldn't let me do that. And at 7:59 p.m. Eastern Time, while the no-hit bid was still intact, it sold for asking price, which was $1,200 plus $7 for shipping. So all in all, my net profit will be about $45, I think, which usually I wouldn't be happy with a 5% return over, you know, 7 months or so for a card that, you know, cost me as much as it did. But because it was one of those purchases where I was like, oh, I kind of just want to get my money back. Like, why did I buy it? We're talking a pitcher that definitely has ace upside, but he peaked at age 28. So he always had that pedigree, but it took him a while to break out. And what that means is it kind of puts a ceiling on his potential. Especially from a pitcher standpoint, counting stats are very important. The amount of strikeouts, the amount of wins and innings you have throughout your career all bode well for your Hall of Fame case. Now, if you don't break out till age 28 and you have mediocre stats prior to that, or at least prior to like 27, you had a decent year prior to last year, then it just makes it very difficult. And, you know, we're not talking about a guy who doesn't have a lot of mileage under his belt, like a DeGrom, who's a converted infielder. So anyways, I'm really happy that I was able to sell this. I did give the guy a 2-week return policy, which in retrospect, maybe I shouldn't have. Who knows? You never know with pitchers. Again, bad investment. They're more likely to get injured. And performance a lot of the times can be more variable. Although you could argue that's not the case with top tier pitchers in the game today. All right, guys, and that is it for today. Hopefully you liked what you saw. Like, comment, subscribe, do what you got to do. Thanks, guys.